Welcome back to Coin Reveal USA. Today, we are looking at a very interesting United States $1 coin, the 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar. If you have one of these golden colored coins in your collection, coin jar, wallet, or old box, you may be wondering if it is worth more than $1 today. The 2000 Sacagawea Dollar is especially interesting because it was the very first year of this famous series. But does being a first-year coin automatically make it valuable? Not necessarily. In this video, we will look at the history, design, condition, mint mark, varieties, errors, and most importantly, the current market value of the 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar. So stay with me until the end, because some special examples from this year can be worth much more than their face value. The coin we are discussing is the 2000 P Sacagawea $1 coin. The P mint mark tells us that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The 2000 issue was the beginning of the Sacagawea Dollar series, making it an important first-year coin for collectors. The obverse shows Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau. The design was created by Glenna Goodacre. On the reverse, you can see a soaring American eagle surrounded by 17 stars. The eagle design was created by Thomas D. Rogers, C. Oster. The combination of the golden color and unique design made the new dollar coin easy to recognize. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar had a very large mintage of approximately 767 million coins. That is a huge number, and it is one of the main reasons why an ordinary 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar is not considered a rare coin. Millions of examples survived, so simply having the year 2000 in the P mint mark does not make the coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. This is an important lesson for anyone searching through coins. A coin's value depends on much more than its age. Rarity, condition, varieties, errors, and collector demand all play important roles. The Sacagawea Dollar has a diameter of about 26.5 millimeters and weighs approximately 8.1 grams. It is not made of gold, even though it has a beautiful golden appearance. The coin uses a copper-based manganese brass composition that gives it its distinctive color. So if you have a 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar, remember that its golden color does not mean that the coin contains valuable gold. Its collector value comes from the coin itself, its condition, and any special characteristics it may have. Now, let's talk about the most important question. What is a normal 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar worth today? If your coin is an ordinary circulated example in good or average condition, its value is usually very close to its $1 face value. Current NGC guide information places circulated 2000 P examples roughly around $105 to $135 depending on grade. So if your coin has normal scratches, circulation wear, dull surfaces, or other signs of everyday use, you should not expect a huge premium. In many cases, a normal circulated example is essentially a $1 coin. However, condition can make a difference. If your Sacagawea Dollar has never been circulated and still has strong original luster, sharp details, and very few marks, it can be worth more than a worn example. High-grade coins certified by professional grading companies can bring higher prices. But remember, an uncirculated coin is not automatically worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Because so many 2000 P Sacagawea Dollars were produced, many high-quality examples still exist. Now comes the exciting part. The 2000 Sacagawea Dollar is famous for several varieties and errors. One of the best-known varieties is the Cheerios Dollar. Some 2000 P Sacagawea Dollars were distributed as part of a Cheerios cereal promotion. Certain examples have enhanced reverse details that distinguish them from the normal circulation strike. These special coins can be much more valuable than an ordinary 2000 P Dollar, especially when authenticated and professionally graded. Another variety collectors look for is known as the Wounded Eagle. This variety has a distinctive die characteristic on the reverse, near the eagle's breast, but be very careful when looking for it. A normal scratch or damage caused after the coin left the mint is not the same thing as a genuine die variety. You should compare the coin with reliable reference images before assuming you have a valuable variety. There is also an extremely famous 2000 P Sacagawea error known as the reverse mule. A mule occurs when dies intended for different coins are accidentally paired together. The famous Sacagawea mule has the Sacagawea dollar obverse combined with an incorrect reverse design. These coins are extraordinarily rare. Some authenticated examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. An NGC records a major auction result of $102,000 for a 2000 P Sacagawea reverse mule graded Ms. 67. This is an incredible amount compared with the $1 face value. But remember that this applies to an exceptionally rare authenticated error, not a normal Sacagawea dollar. This is why you should be careful when watching videos or reading online listings that claim every 2000 Sacagawea dollar is worth thousands of dollars. That is simply not true. The vast majority of 2000 P Sacagawea dollars are common. The valuable examples are special because they have a recognized variety, major mint error, or exceptional condition. Anyone can list a coin online for an enormous asking price. But an asking price does not mean the coin actually sold for that amount. If you have a 2000 P Sacagawea dollar in good condition, start by checking the date and mint mark. Make sure the date clearly says 2000 and look for the P mint mark. Then carefully examine both sides of the coin. Look at Sacagawea's portrait and check the eagle on the reverse. Look for unusual design characteristics, but remember that scratches, dents, and damage are usually not valuable errors. One of the biggest mistakes new collectors make is cleaning their coins. If your 2000 P Sacagawea dollar looks dirty or dark, do not polish it with household products. Do not use toothpaste, metal polish, chemicals, or abrasive materials. Cleaning can damage the original surface and reduce collector appeal. Instead, handle the coin carefully by its edges and store it in a proper coin holder if you want to preserve it. Another useful tip is to compare your coin with trusted references. If you believe you have a possible Cheerios variety, Wounded Eagle variety, or major mint error, take clear photographs and compare the specific details. If the coin appears to be genuinely rare and valuable, professional authentication from a respected grading service can be extremely important. So let's give our final value estimate for the coin featured in today's video. A normal 2000 P Sacagawea dollar in circulated condition is generally worth around face value, with current guide information putting many circulated examples approximately in the $1.05 to $1.35 range, depending on grade. Better uncirculated examples can be worth more, while exceptional certified examples can bring significantly higher prices. Special varieties, such as the Cheerios dollar, can be worth considerably more. And major errors such as the famous reverse mule can reach extraordinary auction prices. The most important thing to remember that your 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is not automatically rare just because it is from the first year. The enormous mintage means ordinary examples are plentiful, but the same year also produced some very interesting varieties and errors, which is why collectors continue to search through these coins. The 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is still a fascinating piece of American coinage. It introduced a completely new dollar design, honored Sacagawea, and became the beginning of a long-running Native American dollar series. Even if your particular coin is worth only around $1, it is still an important first-year issue and an excellent coin for anyone interested in modern United States coin collecting. So, if you have a 2000 P Sacagawea dollar at home, don't spend it immediately. Take a closer look. Check the date, mint mark, condition, and especially the reverse. You might have an ordinary dollar, or you might discover a variety that deserves further investigation. The key is knowing what to look for and avoiding exaggerated claims about coin values. Next up, the 2000 D Sacagawea $1 coin. If you have a golden-colored Sacagawea dollar with a D mint mark, you may be wondering if this first-year coin is worth more than $1 today. The year 2000 is especially important because it was the first year the Sacagawea dollar was released. But does a 2000D mint mark make this coin rare and valuable? In this video, we will look at its history, design, condition, mint mark, and most importantly, its current market value. The coin we are discussing is the 2000D Sacagawea dollar, which was struck at the Denver Mint. The D mint mark identifies Denver as the place where the coin was produced. On the front of the coin, you can see the portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau. The reverse features a soaring American eagle surrounded by 17 stars. This attractive golden-colored design made the Sacagawea dollar very different from earlier United States dollar coins. The 2000D Sacagawea dollar had a very large production run, with approximately 767 million coins struck at Denver. Because of this high mintage, an ordinary 2000D Sacagawea dollar is not considered rare. Millions of examples survived, so simply having a 2000 date and a D mint mark does not make the coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the value. If your 2000D Sacagawea dollar is a normal circulated coin in good condition, its value is generally close to its $1 face value. Depending on its exact grade, appearance, and the current collector market, an ordinary circulated example may bring only a small premium over face value. A coin with heavy scratches, circulation wear, discoloration, or damaged surfaces will usually have little additional collector value. Condition becomes more important when the coin is uncirculated. A 2000D Sacagawea dollar with strong original luster, sharp details, and very few marks can be worth more than a circulated example. Professionally graded coins in very high mint state grades can bring substantially higher prices. However, not every shiny 2000D dollar is valuable. The coin must actually qualify for a high grade, and the market must have demand for that grade. There are also special varieties and errors that make the 2000 Sacagawea series very interesting. Collectors know about special 2000 Sacagawea varieties, including the famous Cheerios, Dollar, and other recognized varieties. There are also extremely rare mint errors from this year. One of the most famous is the Sacagawea reverse mule, which is an extraordinary error involving an incorrect die pairing. Genuine examples can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But these rare values apply only to specific authenticated coins and should never be considered the normal value of every 2000D Sacagawea dollar. When examining your 2000D coin, start with the date and mint mark. Make sure you can clearly see the D near the date. Then inspect the entire coin under good lighting. Look carefully at Sacagawea's portrait and then examine the eagle on the reverse. If you see unusual doubling, missing design details, an off-center strike, a strange shape, or another unusual feature, research it carefully before assuming it is a valuable error. Remember that scratches and damage are not normally mint errors. A coin can receive marks after leaving the mint from circulation, storage, machines, or contact with other coins. This is why comparing your coin with trusted references is so important. If you believe you have a genuine rare variety or major mint error, professional authentication can help confirm what you actually have. Another important tip is never to clean your coin. Do not use toothpaste, metal polish, chemicals, or abrasive materials to make your 2000D Sacagawea dollar look shiny. Cleaning can permanently damage the coin's surface and may reduce its collector appeal. Handle the coin carefully by the edges and store it properly if you want to preserve it. So, what is your 2000D Sacagawea dollar worth today? For a normal circulated example in good condition, the realistic value is generally around its $1 face value, with only a modest premium possible depending on the exact condition and buyer demand. Better uncirculated examples can be worth more, while exceptional certified coins, recognized varieties, and genuine major mint errors can be worth substantially more. The biggest lesson is that the D mint mark alone does not make this coin rare. The 2000D Sacagawea dollar was produced in huge numbers. What you really want to look for is exceptional condition, recognized variety, or a genuine mint error. That is where the possibility of a significant premium begins. Even if your coin turns out to be worth only $1, it is still an important piece of modern American coinage. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar was the beginning of a new dollar series, and the coin honors Sacagawea and her place in American history. For collectors, it can also be the first coin in a complete Sacagawea and Native American dollar collection. So, before you spend your 2000 Sacagawea dollar, take a close look at it. Check the date, confirm the D mint mark, examine the condition, and inspect both sides for anything unusual. You may have an ordinary dollar, or you may have something that deserves a closer examination. Next up, the 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar. If you have this golden-colored coin with the P mint mark, you may be wondering if it is worth more than $1 today. The 2001 Sacagawea Dollar is especially interesting because it is only the second year of the series. So, could your 2001 P coin be valuable? Let's take a closer look at its history, condition, mint mark, and current market value. The 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and the P mint mark identifies Philadelphia. The coin features the famous portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son on the obverse. The reverse shows a flying American eagle surrounded by stars. The coin has a diameter of about 26.5 millimeters and weighs approximately 8.1 grams. It has a golden appearance because of its copper and manganese brass composition, but it does not contain gold. The 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar had a mintage of approximately 62,468,000 coins. That is much lower than the huge mintage of the 2000 P issue, but it is still a large number. Because millions of these coins survived, a normal 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar is not considered a rare coin. The P mint mark alone does not make it valuable. Now, let's talk about the value. According to the current NGC price guide, a circulated 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar is generally worth about $1.05 to $1.35, depending on its grade. So if your coin is in normal circulated or good condition, its realistic value is usually very close to its $1 face value. You should not expect hundreds or thousands of dollars for an ordinary circulated example. Condition becomes much more important when the coin is uncirculated. A coin with strong original luster, sharp details, and very few marks can be worth more. NGC's current guide lists higher values as the grade increases, reaching substantially higher levels for exceptional certified coins. PCGs also notes that the 2001 P becomes much scarcer in extremely high grades, particularly Ms. 69. When you examine your 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar, start by checking the date and mint mark. Make sure the coin says 2001 and look for the P near the date. Then inspect both sides carefully. Look at Sacagawea's portrait, the lettering, and especially the eagle on the reverse. You should be looking for genuine varieties or mint errors, rather than ordinary scratches or damage. Remember that not every unusual mark is an error. A scratch, dent, discoloration, or damage from circulation happened after the coin left the mint and normally does not add value. If you think your coin has doubling, an unusual strike, or another possible mint error, compare it with trusted coin references before making a value claim. Another important tip is never to clean your coin. Do not use toothpaste, metal polish, chemicals, or abrasive materials. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce the coin's collector appeal. If your 2001 P dollar is dirty or dark, it is usually better to leave the original surface alone. The 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar is also an interesting coin for collectors because it represents the early years of the series. The United States Mint began offering 2001 dated golden dollars in rolls and bags in February 2001, with both Philadelphia P Mint and Denver D Mint examples being distributed. So, what is your 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar worth today? If it is an ordinary circulated coin in good condition, a realistic estimate is around $1.05 to $1.35. If it is a nice uncirculated example, the value can increase. and exceptionally high-grade certified coins can be worth considerably more. NGC currently lists a value of about $750 for an Ms. 70. Example, showing how dramatically condition can affect a modern coin's value. The important thing to remember is that this $750 figure is for an exceptional, professionally graded coin, not an ordinary coin found in circulation. Most 2001 P Sacagawea dollars are worth much less. Always identify the exact condition before comparing your coin with high-grade prices. Even if your coin is worth only $1, it is still an important piece of modern American coinage. The Sacagawea dollar introduced a distinctive new golden appearance and honored an important historical figure. For collectors, the 2001 P is also an affordable way to begin building a complete Sacagawea dollar collection. So, before you spend your 2001 P Sacagawea dollar, take a close look. Check the date, confirm the P mint mark, examine the condition, and look carefully for anything unusual. Your coin may be a normal example worth around face value, or if it has an unusual variety or exceptional condition, it may deserve a much closer examination. Thank you for watching Coin Reveal USA. If you enjoyed discovering the values, errors, varieties, and hidden stories behind United States coins, make sure to subscribe to Coin Reveal USA. Keep checking your coins, keep learning, and remember that sometimes the smallest detail can make the biggest difference. This is Coin Reveal USA, and I'll see you in the next coin video.